I really got into these Bold and Easy coloring books about a year ago, so I'll show you some of my favorite finished pages as well as favorite marker sets. I'll even add my favorite bullet journal just to show you some of the other kind of similar related stuff that I do too. But if you're interested in any of the books, markers, or the bullet journal, I will link it in the caption and you can shop it through my storefront and I can earn commission. I'm going to show you some of my favorite finished pages from this book. This is the Fuzzy, and I'm going to say this word wrong because I just can't pronounce it, but I think I always say Higgy, but I don't know if that's right. But some of these are like some of the first ones I did, I think. So let me show you some of my finished. This one's my finished one. And all of these I did with alcohol markers and white gel pen. There's this one. And I did use a gold gel pen on the wallpaper detail there. This one's not my favorite. I don't love the colors, but I did like my granite that I did there in the wood grain. But I was trying to play with like Northern Lights type sky, but it didn't come out exactly like I wanted, but it was a good way to mess with textures for sure. Okay, I just wanted to go through some of my favorite finished pages from this, I'm going to say this wrong, Hygge Heaven book. I really liked this book. It was one of the first ones I got, but I'll show you some of my finished pages. Not a huge fan of this one, but yeah, I was kind of testing out like how to do copper with some gold gel pen accents, but don't love the colors that I used. But very cute picture. This one, I'm not happy with how dark he turned out, but again, super cute picture. I like my leaves and I really like my wood grain that's on there. And this is one of my favorites of all of my books for sure. I like the color scheme. I really like my wood grain that I did here with this like warm gray. It looks kind of like a white wood. And even the wood grain on my bed too. And I just did accents with the white gel pen and the gold gel pen on the lights. And just like a different little pattern on each square of the quilt. I think this was my first picture I ever colored with alcohol markers. All these are alcohol markers, by the way. But yeah, this was the first one I did, and I was trying to play with like blending and the different tones of green, and I like how it turned out. And this is another one of my favorites. I just like the different textures on the little quilt I did, and I used the Colorless Blender in the alcohol marker set to do the curtains here too. This one, I really like my moon. It looks really realistic compared to this, but I also like my glow of my fire down here too. Go through some of my favorite finished pages from this, I'm gonna say this wrong, Higgy Place by Cocowayo. And that's just my sheet that soaks it up. So all of these are done with alcohol markers. Usually mostly use Ohuhu markers, but you can use whatever alcohol markers you like. This is one of my favorites for sure. I tried to do like a pink theme for this little mini fridge. This one, a little garden. I really like this one because I like my sky in the background with my like moon here, kind of like a galaxy. And then I did like a rainbow theme across the front of the little music store. This is another really good one. I was practicing how to do bubbles. Kind of just used 3 different colors there. I think first I did like a circle with the Colorless Blender and then just touched like pink, blue, and yellow in there so they kind of like blended. And then after I was done coloring everything, I just went through with the white gel pen and made the circles to make the bubbles. I also really like my purple flowers blended here too. This little carrot juice shop. I didn't finish this one. I had started, I got some bleed through, but I was trying to do like a granite top desk and do like a purple, pink, and gray theme there. This one was cute. I like my wood grain, and I did some wood grain with like this green too, and some little moss around the edges of my concrete. Okay, I just wanted to go through some of my favorite pages from this Girl Moments by Coco Wyo. This was probably one of my favorite books. I'm not done with it at all, but this was one of the first pages I did in here. I tried to do like a marble top vanity and play with like textures of her slippers and make this kind of like a velvet little poof she's sitting on. And then I used gold gel pen for the accents on the wallpaper, and then just like a fine liner pen for the darker accents. This one, I really liked it too. I used a fine liner pen for the fishnets and some silver for her piercings and safety pins. This one, I didn't love the wall. I think I had started with a different color and didn't like it, maybe changed it, but yeah, I was trying to do like a little granny chair, and again, just messing with different textures everywhere here. Or sorry, farm plot, and I did a little Bernese Mountain Dog. Went with like a 70s-ish vibe for her outfit because I thought she was wearing like bell bottoms and had kind of 70s hair. Thought it was cute. This girl, I kind of pictured her as like a tattoo artist, so I did her sketching tattoos and drew tattoos on with a fine liner pen. This one's one of my favorites. I had like an inspiration picture on Pinterest of a bathroom that had like this pretty poppy wallpaper, so I did that with the green, look like glass tiles, and I used a pink bathtub and a pink stand, and like this cat that I did too with the two different oranges. This one I tried to do like a Northern Lights, you know, galaxy type sky, and highlighted with my white gel pen. This one I did a little sunset sky. This one's another one of my favorites. I tried to do like a purple raincoat with a print that was kind of monochromatic, and I even made like a little puddle down here. And I did highlight all the raindrops and like splashes with my white gel pen. There's another good one. I did a little wallpaper background, and I really like the wood grain in this one too. This one, I did have blade through on from my other pages, so this wasn't here originally, but I did bleed through because I forgot to put my other paper back behind my other drawing. But still, I did like how this turned out. Just colored it all one color and went through in polka dots with the colorless blender. And I don't love my fence here, but that's just because I was trying something different, but it doesn't look terrible. This one, I didn't love the colors I used for everything else. I just kind of kept messing up. And there was a bleed through on this page too from the other one. But I do like how this turned out, where I did the raindrops with colorless blender and then did some like pink highlights from the glow of the lights. And I like the guitar. And this one, I used it, one of my favorite podcast hosts for inspiration for this. So there's some little Easter eggs from Armchair Expert, if anybody listens to that. But this is supposed to be Monica. But I just did some little like outfits and messed with some little different Easter egg type stuff just to make it fun. This is the Ohuhu Honolulu series, the brush and chisel tip, I think, the 48 set. I think I still have them all in here, so I'll just swatch a couple so you can see and show you how each side colors. Let me see one I don't use a lot that probably is still pretty bright. So maybe. So here's the brush tip. And you can get kind of fine with it if you want, but it's best for just filling in bigger areas. And then here is the chisel tip. Definitely for filling in big areas too. But you got to be really good with it or kind of stay in littler circles, and definitely lets out a lot of the ink. So you have to have something behind it for sure. I mean, even I've got 2 layers of this cardstock and it's still going through a little bit. But definitely like these a lot. These are the Hang Fan Life Needs 30-piece set. And it's more like a skin and wood tone set. And it's got some like rosy pinks in here I really like a lot too. And almost all my sets come with a black marker, which is always nice to have, and then a colorless blender, which I've used this one a lot. These are brush and broad tips. Let me show you one. Let me see one that's not super used. This one, brush tip. So that's like a good like tan. That's the dark suntan color. There's that, and then here's the chisel tip. I don't love the chisel tips on any markers, but if you need to color a big area, it's fine. Probably the lightest color, like if you're doing white skin, I think I use this one. Yeah. I think that's like my latest like skin color. And then if I'm doing like brown or black skin, I think I use, I'm trying to remember, I haven't used this set in a while. Maybe this, it's like a darker for sure. One of these is a really pretty brown. And they do look a little different once they dry too, so you have to take that into account. Maybe it's this one, I don't know, this one always looks gray, but one of these two look really good. Definitely not that one, it's too gray. Probably this. Sometimes I'll like blend a couple of these together, but yeah, so you could do different skin or even like wood tones with all of these too. This is the King Art pastel set, and it's fine in chisel tips. There's 36 colors in here. I do really like this plastic case. These ones, I prefer brush tips, but I do like some of the colors in here a lot. I think I use this gray blue a lot. Let's see, this is the chisel tip. And here's the, I do like a lot of denim with this. And then these are nice because it's an easy fine line. Oh, here's the other one. I use this warm gray a lot from here. Because I think it looks just really natural. It's good for a wood tone or shadows. But I do really like them. Definitely recommend them for sure. Like I said, I just wish they had a brush tip, or these specific ones. If I had seen that they were available in brush tip at the time, I would have definitely bought a bigger set. But I was just hoping for some like lighter colors. Let's see, there is a pretty like lighter gray. This pearl color is nice. So it's a really light gray. That's almost kind of orangey. I feel like there's one that is, these ones have a little stronger of a smell to them too. Maybe it's this buttery yellow. Nope. This one says green, but I think it's yellow. It's definitely yellow. I do like these for lighter yellows. So here is my bullet journal. I haven't used it for a while, but I'll just show you some of the stuff I've done, and you can look up all kinds of stuff on Pinterest. Like a mood tracker, and I kind of did like a little weather theme for this, or like a rain theme. So there's my little rain theme for the month. I have like a little habit tracker, a little bookshelf. And I was going to color them in once I read the books that I wrote in there. Obviously I didn't get very far. Little things, song lyrics I like. Yeah, just some cute little ideas, little wish list, quotes, my little brain dump page, just to write anything. I do really like to do these little title pages. I think I used highlighters and fine liner pens. I think this came with fine liner pens that I use, and I just bought a set of little highlighters that are all different colors. And then another little mood tracker, and I did this when I started this for February that I never finished either, but the bullet journal is really nice. It's got 219 dotted pages and this little pocket back here, and it came with all of these, like I said, and the little pins, but like these, and I think this washi tape as well. Yeah. But all of these little stickers and bubbles you could fill in. And stencils, I've used a couple of those. The washi tape, I'll show you. Oh, it has a little pen holder too here. I think it came with a pen. These, and these.